Okay, we're recording. Don't say anything naughty, because we'll catch it. Get my screen all set up here.
Hey now.
Okay, now hopefully I don't have to mute everyone. It's nothing you guys do. There's something odd with my computer that if enough people get on, all of a sudden I get this very weird feedback loop. So if all of a sudden I have to mute you all, it's nothing personal. It's just that all you hear is static. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to games, and that was it. I hope we got a lot out of that. I think we had a great class, and thanks for coming. I always like to do that. I always try to hope that I time it just so someone's coming in at that moment, and then they're like, "Wait, what? Did I miss it all? Was it an hour difference?" So, just a nasty person that way. Okay.
Is that starting with the end in mind?
Yep, that's right. We're done. So everyone got an A. We're finished. Take a month off. So I'll give you a little background about me. Let's see. I was born and bred in New Jersey, so right now I'm talking very quietly and very slowly. I get a lot louder and a lot faster, and I don't know I'm doing it. If I'm doing it, you have my permission to scream horrible things at me or type nasty things in the chat box, because I'm from the north. I don't know any better. Let's see my abilities. I'm a storehouse of useless trivia. I can't remember my calculus to save my life, but I can tell you all six Stooges. So if you have a Trivial Pursuit contest, you need a ringer, you give me a call. I could be a really good ringer for you. Let's see, like Will Bowling.
Who's your favorite stooge?
What? Who's my favorite
Who's
Stooge?
your favorite stooge and why?
Oh wow, I didn't know I was going to be quizzed on this. I would have to say it would be Larry. I think he was underappreciated for what he could do. Plus,
Yeah,
the rest of them were almost all brothers practically. So that's
yeah,
not nice.
yeah. You see, I was a big Mo fan.
Oh well, Mo's in charge, so yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that. He's their
yeah.
leader.
He's the dog.
he lasted the longest. They
He
were gonna do
did.
it, they were going to do it again. I think he was like one of the last ones to go. I think, well, Curly Joe, the last one to die. I think he died in '92. See, now you get me off track. I go off on tangents, so it's really easy to do that to me.
Squirrel.
I also have this unique ability to make people famous and rich if you stop talking to me. After this class, if you want to become rich and famous, don't ever talk to me again. Basically, I'll give you some examples. Back in '87, I stopped talking to one side of my family for various reasons. And one of the guys in that family, turns out he was on the show Seinfeld. I don't know if you ever heard of the show. It was a little while back. I'll give you a hint. I'm bald. So who do you think it is?
ah, um, I can see the face.
Yes, it's you guys know him as Jason Alexander. He's my cousin. Uh, his real name is J. Scott Greenspan. I knew him all growing up, but of course I stopped talking to him, so he did really well. Another friend of mine from high school. Did you guys ever hear the movie Hugo? Came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, excellent film. Yeah.
Okay, the guy that wrote the book Hugo was one of my good buddies in high school. I used to do improv in New York City at the Upright Citizens Brigade, which was Amy Poehler's theater.
Yeah.
And one of the guys I did improv with, his name was Andy Milanakis. I don't know if you'd ever recognize the name, but he had the same disease Gary Coleman had. So when I first met the guy, it was like midnight. He was outside the theater smoking, drinking, cursing. He grabbed anyone who walked by him because he was so plastered. I'm like, what kind of parent lets their 12-year-old do this? Meanwhile, he was 28. So he's doing pretty well for himself. And another guy from high school I knew, I stopped talking to him. He's like the CEO of a multi-major corporation. He's a multi-millionaire, maybe a billionaire. He, hobnobs with presidential candidates. I'm like, so if you guys want to become rich and famous, don't talk to me after this. If you want to just be yourself, talk to me. But people who don't talk to me seem to do really well for themselves.
Andrew who?
Exactly. See, you're already getting there. You're going to be really famous.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Here's my office number. That's my extension. But here's my cell number. If you want to call it, go right ahead. That's my cell. Now, my cell phones, I have two. One of them is a 407. My other one is a 908. My 407 one is the one I use for Full Sail. And the thing gets wacky sometimes. You might call me on it, leave a message, and 2 seconds later you get a call from a 908 area code. That's me on my other cell phone. Because sometimes my cell phone doesn't dial out again. It like shuts itself down. And until Full Sail pays to fix it, I'm not doing anything. So call the 407 number. Most of the time I'll pick up. But in case I don't, and you see a 908 calling you right back, that's me. That's my Jersey number. My chat doesn't work. My computer's in horrible shape. My chat doesn't seem to work all that great. I've had people send me nasty chat messages saying I've been chatting you all day. You never said anything back to me. I'll say I haven't been on all day, but it shows that I'm on. And then the reverse, they're like you were never on. And I'm like, yeah, I was on all day. So, oh yeah, and keep it reasonable time wise. I mean, supposedly I have 2 kids. I say supposedly because my wife always had friends over. Stayed over the night. I don't know if they're mine. We're doing DNA testing. I'm in the top 5. So I'm hoping. Keep my fingers crossed. She hates when I say that. She's giving me a nasty look right now. I'm doing this. I do that every month. She knows exactly what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I have an 8 and a 6-year-old. So if you're gonna call me, keep it reasonable. Don't call at midnight. I'm probably up, but don't call because then you wake them up. Okay. What's this class about, or who's it for? It's for people in academia. It's for people in industry and military. It's basically for anybody who wants to teach something. That's really what this is for. You don't have to be in academia for this class to work for you. I used to teach at a small company called AT&T. I don't know if anyone has heard of them. I was one of the tech teachers. I would teach computer stuff to people. It's scary. A bunch of the buildings I taught at not only are no longer AT&Ts, they physically aren't there anymore. Dude, one of the biggest buildings gone. It's like a bomb blew it up. I don't know. So I had nothing to do with it. And I always say stretch yourself. I'm not trying to be, touchy-feely and saying, oh, you can do it, that sort of stuff. What I'm saying is if you knew how to use PowerPoint and you feel really good with it, try Prezi. See what you can do with that. So stretch yourself. Try different things. Certificate versus program, IDT, EMDT, all this stuff. Suffice it to say, no matter what you come in as, some people are certificate students. Ugh, I hate when it does that. Some people are program students. It's all the same course. This is one of the few that it's all the same for everybody. Are you allowed to talk to each other if you're a certificate versus a program? No, of course not. How dare you? Of course you can. Talk to each other. I don't care. It should be fun. This course should be one of the fun ones. I know most of you probably saying, no way, month 5 with Dr. Deason, that was the fun one, right? Let me see who says what. Yeah, Dr. Deason knows how to pile the work on. I know that. So he's a buddy of mine.
Surely,
I'm not saying anything he doesn't know. I always tell him.
To me, that was the most challenging course we've had.
Oh, challenging was definitely the word for it, but fun. I don't know if I'd say fun, but it's definitely challenging.
Yeah, I would. We'll go that far.
Like I said, Chris is a good guy. He always knows it. I tell him I say this. Okay, policy information, late policy. Remember, there's a time difference. I'm on the East Coast. That's where Full Sail is. Is anybody in a different time zone besides East Coast? I don't know if any of you guys are like on the West Coast or in the Central time zone.
There's a couple folks, but they're not here with us tonight.
What was that?
I said there's a couple folks. Nick's out in Arizona.
Oh, okay. So he's either 2 or 3 hours, depending on, I forget when they do. They don't do daylight savings. So, basically, the official late policy is you get 3 days. You're supposed to get 10% off per day, but I'm really not a ball buster. My feeling is that we all have lives. If let's say, okay, it's Monday. Let's say something is due on Sunday, and you look at your calendar, you're like, oh no, the Venusians are coming on Sunday to probe me. I'll never get this done in time, which happens. Everybody knows it happens. So you call me on Thursday. You say, look, Andy, the Venusians are coming. I'm getting probed. Can't do it. I was like, fine. Well, you can hand it in later. That's okay. Don't wait 3 weeks to hand it in. But, that's fine. Now, let's say it's Sunday night. You're about to turn it in. You hear a knock at the door, and it's the Martians. They come out of nowhere to probe you. I'm sure this happens to you all the time. It happens to me all the time. Right about now, you're going, what the hell is this guy talking about? So if it comes out of nowhere, fine. Just like Monday, send me an email. Say, look, I couldn't do it. Something happened. That's fine. You can even say, look, I fell asleep. That happens. We're adults. Now, I'm just going to warn you. When you send me an email about this, I'm going to believe you. You don't have to give me doctor's notes. You don't have to give me any proof. I'm telling you right now, you're my students. I believe you, period. Don't abuse that, because I remember this was a couple of years ago. I did a favor for another group. I was teaching their month 2 and their month 11, I think it was. And I didn't sit with them. I was in a whole nother building. And in month 2, I had a student. This was an undergrad. His grandmother passed away. It's really sad. Month 11, I was filling in for somebody else. My name wasn't on there. And same student, his grandmother passed away again. I'm like, wow, that's sad. I found out from the other teachers his grandmother passed away like 5 times. I'm like, damn, poor woman keeps coming back from the dead just to pass away again. So it caught up to him. So if you're going to start using a whole ton of excuses and it's always late and always this, then we have to question you. But if it happens a couple times, fine. I don't mind. The only exception to this are discussion boards. I have no control over this. The department chair told me point blank, I cannot extend it. If you miss it, you miss it. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so let's keep going here. You guys know about professionalism. You've had it in all the classes. When I grade it, it's the first assignment. If I grade it at the bitter end, because if something happens, then I have to take points away. I don't like putting 100 in there and then subtracting points. It's kind of like demotivating. So I save it to the end, so hopefully I give you 100. I'll tell you right now, in the graduate department, I've never had to take any points away for professionalism ever. So hopefully you guys aren't the first. I heard you guys are really bad. That's what I heard. So I'm not saying who said that, because I think it'd be wrong to point out Super Dard like that. So I won't do it. Don't worry. No one will ever know. No, I'm just kidding. She never said anything. Did you guys have Super Dard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I like Sue. You guys also had Rio, right? Rio McBride? Yeah, Rio makes Ned Flanders look wild. And just so you know, we're all buddies. I say that to Rio every day. So don't go, oh, Andy's talking bad about you. Rio will be like, oh, he's doing the Ned Flanders joke, isn't he? I'd be like, yeah. Okay, virtual meetings. Do you have to come to them? It's good if you can, but like I said, we all have lives. So if you can't, that's fine. Just watch the archive, because especially in these classes, what I do at the end of every class is I go over the upcoming assignment to see if you have any questions. If you don't understand something, hopefully when I go over it, if you're watching the archive, it'll trigger something. You'll understand. Plus, I show all these examples, so it gives you an idea as to what you can do. Okay, grades. Takes anywhere from a day to a week to grade something. I don't start looking at it until the assignment closes. I used to do it where the minute you handed it in, I pretty much graded it. What I found out, though, this happened more with undergrads, is that the people were starting to tell each other, oh, this is what he's looking for, this is what he's not looking for, do this, do that. I thought it was kind of unfair to the people who turned it in. So, like, for example, the stuff you hand in this Sunday, I won't even look at it till Tuesday. Because Monday, I'd rather have our next session be about what we need to go over, not a review of grading. So if on Monday on our next session you go, hey, how did I do on the assignment? I'm going to go, I have no clue. I haven't looked at it. I look at them starting on Tuesday. So this Sunday, when stuff is due, I won't start looking at it till Tuesday. Now, let's say you get, I don't know, 90 on something. And you look and you go, oh, he took off points for this, but I did it. Don't send me an email with guns blazing, call me every name in the book. I probably just made a mistake. If you say, I think you goofed on here, I did do this, you took points off, I'm more than happy to put the points back. Honestly, if it was up to me, I'd give you all hundreds right now. Just because I think grading is silly. I think it's more important to learn the stuff. But I have to do it. Now, let's say I give you a 90 and you look at it, you go, whoa, he gave me 10 points for this and I didn't even do it. Hey, in that case, keep your mouth shut. Because if you tell me, like, oh, you gave me 10 points and I didn't do this, I'm going to have to take the points away. So if it's in your favor, be quiet. If it's not, say something. Now, here's something. Why is my grade a 10? Let's say you get your stuff back. By the way, I do all my comments are custom to your stuff. I don't do any. I have no canned comments. I do not have a Word document of comments that I copy and paste. So you'll know I read it because I'll make comments about the stuff you said. But let's say I made amazing comments. You're like, this is incredible. It's the best thing I ever saw. Better than sliced bread. And you get a 10. Why? Probably I missed hitting the 0. So you probably got 100 and I missed the 0. If that's the case, just say, hey, I think you goofed on that one. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, you're right. And I can easily fix it. Now, let's say we worked something out. You knew that on Sunday you'd never get it in on time. The Martians were coming. And we say, okay, no problem. I'll let you hand it in later. If that's the case, and all of a sudden you see a 0 pop up, sometimes, this is rare, but it has happened, FSO grades itself. Sometimes the system will look and see nothing handed in and go, oh, 0. So don't be surprised if that happens. I've had that happen usually like once every 2 months it happens. It's a weird glitch in the system. So don't worry, I'll fix it. It's easy to fix. Okay, you know about copywriting and all that stuff. I don't have to go into it. Don't play lawyer ball. Like I said, if it's up to me, you'd all get hundreds. I'd be more than happy to give you all hundreds. But if the rubric, have you guys heard of the concept spirit of the law versus letter of the law? Has anyone ever heard of that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Basically, let's say you're driving down the highway, you're going 56 in a 55. Well, technically, you're breaking the law. It's a 55. But I really don't think any cop's going to stop you. Well, I don't know. New Jersey, they would. But usually, very sane cops won't stop you because you're going a mile over the limit, although you are breaking the law. Now, if a cop stopped you, you'd probably be upset because it's only 1 mile over, and that's the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. The letter of the law is one mile over, you're over. The spirit of the law is come on, and within 5 is fine, sort of thing. On the rubrics, we try to be as inclusive as possible, but sometimes we miss things. If the rubric says you have to do A, B, C, and during our lecture here, during our talk, I also mentioned, okay, you also have to do this. Maybe I missed it in the rubric, maybe I missed it on the assignment, but if everyone understood that it's supposed to be that way and you don't do it and you start arguing, oh, well, it does not say it here. You never typed it out. Even though, let's say I talked about it ad nauseum in this class, but because it wasn't physically typed on a piece of paper, you're playing lawyer ball. If you really want to do that, I'll just turn around and give you the 100 because obviously the points are more important than anything else to you. So I'll be more than happy to give you the 100. Don't assume anything goes forward to other classes. If I missed anything, just email me or call me. Okay. Any questions about that stuff? The intro? I tried to keep it as painless as possible. You're supposed to cheer. You're supposed to go, yeah, woo, we're ready. Oh, yeah, I can be bribed. Chocolate works good. Milk chocolate. Don't give me dark chocolate. I'll fail you in a heartbeat. That stuff's evil. It's like mint chocolate. It's made by the devil. It's like the metric system. Doesn't make sense. Money works. I'll set up a PayPal account. We can work it out. I'm running a special this month. Buy 1 point, get 1 point free. That's a good deal. So that's a good bargain. I would take it. And I'm recording this, so if Gary Jones from Full Sail listened, he'd be like, "What's this guy talking about?" Okay, you ready to dive right into this? Come on, you're supposed to cheer. You're supposed to go, yeah, woo.
Ready to go.
Okay, fine. Okay, you're the only one getting an A. The rest of you guys aren't getting nothing. Just if I tell a joke, just laugh at it, even if you think it stinks, because I'll give you an A. I fall for flattery. I'm trying to help you guys out here. Okay, so a secret selling game. What this is, the whole concept of gaming is not just to play games, although that's nice. The concept is you want to reduce the threat to somebody. You want to make it enjoyable for them, and that hopefully gets the learning going. A secret selling game is a game that is selling you something. In our case, it's selling education. But I'm going to show you some examples that happen to be selling a product. But you're selling something without coming up to the person and say, hi, buy this. A secret selling game does it by playing the game. So, and what's the capital of North Dakota? Is it Pierre? Is it Bismarck?
Pierre?
Is it Pierre? Okay. I never remember.
Pierre.
Okay, so let's see one, shan't we? By the way, if anyone has a weak heart, please tell me now, because the game I'm going to show you is extremely scary. Oh, there it is. I'm going to play the music. You ready? Here it goes. Can you hear it? It's very scary. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Was that scary? Everybody okay? Is your heart okay? I didn't want to kill anyone. Okay, now, look at this game. Who made it?
The Addams Family.
Good answer. No. Look around the screen. Who made the game?
Kmart.
How'd you know Kmart made it?
It's up in the upper right-hand corner.
Yes. There's a K up here. Kmart. Now, this is a great example of a secret selling game. I'm going to play it for a few minutes. For not like a couple seconds, really. Let's see. Who do I feel like today? I don't feel like a joker. No. Okay, I'm feeling pretty today. Okay, I'm going to be a princess. I'm feeling pretty. Here we go. Yes, I know how to play. Okay, here we go. Now, let's just play the game here. Now, like I said, if you have a weak heart, please tell me. It's a very scary game. Ah, ghost! Oh. I gotta run over here. Gotta pick up a key. Ah, got the key. Okay. Oh, someone's saying hi to me. It's going here. Doo-doo-doo. Ah! Oh, there's candy on the floor. I always like to eat floor candy. There we go. Yummy. Okay. It's a cute little game, actually. If you think about it, watch the eyes on the painting. I think it's adorable. Whoop! They're watching me. I'm gonna play it for a minute because I want to get to a there's the ghost. I want to get to a particular spot. Okay, do I have the? Yeah, I have the cake. Okay, here I got the pumpkin cake. Who has a pumpkin as a door? Crazy. There goes the eyes again. Whoop! Hi guys. Get away. Okay, go away. Go away. Ah, cat. By the way, me and my family, we're the crazy cat people. We have 9. And they're all indoor cats. I know, we're the crazy cat people. We came to Florida. We drove to Florida from New Jersey. 4 of us in a RAV4, an old RAV4, with 5 cats. All spayed and neutered, but somehow when we got here, they multiplied. We have 9 now.
Must
Okay.
be mathematicians.
Yes, they're like potato chips. You can't just have one. Okay. I'm almost at the point I wanted to show you. I'm not getting you a burger. It's a cute little game. Ah, another cat. Ah. Okay, put you in the bed. Oh, look at this. Oh, a green wraparound monster. What a cute idea. The whole concept of this game is they are trying to sell you something, but they're not beating you over the head with it. Maybe, you put the green monster down and all of a sudden this pops up for 2 seconds. You can go right back to the game if you want to, and you're like, hey, that's kind of a cute idea. I think I'll get one. Boom. It did what it needed to do. Now, they've had secret selling games for a very long time. Here, let me show you this one. Now, I collect old video games. Anything from before the 83 crash. My garage is full of these. And I have this one. It's Kool-Aid Man.
Okay.
I'm not going to play the sound because the guy's cursing a lot. See, 1983. Now, honestly, the graphics stink. But back then, we thought this was incredible. Okay, get ready. It's really... Let me get... The way this worked is that, okay, you're 2 kids. You got to collect the ingredients to make Kool-Aid. Oh, by the way, look at that ingredient. Sugar. So you think it's enough sugar? Anyway, to get this game, you had to collect, I think it was 125 tops, box tops or something. Oh no, watch out, it's a thirsty. And so if you think about it, you're so hyped on Kool-Aid at this point, that's all you can think about. So it really wasn't free, but they're not saying buy Kool-Aid, buy Kool-Aid, buy Kool-Aid in here. They had you drink a lot of Kool-Aid, and the whole concept is to make Kool-Aid. Okay, now this next part is extremely shocking. So once again, if you have a weak heart, please, look away at that point. It's so realistic, too. You're going to think it's happening in your house. Oh, there it is. Ready? Oh, yeah! He's busting through. Didn't you think he was in your house right there? That's how incredible these graphics are. Oh, yeah! This next part of the game is just stupid. This is a horrible game. Like I said, I have it. It's just a really bad game. There you are, your Kool-Aid. Once again, those graphics are pretty damn good for 83. Okay, go get those thirsties. So this is another example. Now, they've done this. Oh, get that one. Okay, here's one. I'm not going to play the music for this one either, but anyone remember this one? The 7-Up Spot game? Does anyone remember the 7-Up Spot? Oh,
I
don't tell me
remember
I'm
the
the only
spot
one.
now. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Remember
Making me
spots,
feel old.
but not the game.
See, here's another game. I don't remember how much you paid for this one, but there, you're the 7-Up Spot. So the whole time you're playing with the 7-Up icon at the time. And he's so cool. Look at him. Those cool gloves. This is kind of like a Mario game. Here's another one. How many people remember the Noid from Domino's? Avoid the Noid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This one, they actually came out with multiple Avoid the Noid games. This one's like from the 80s. Came out with DOS. 89. Look at it's just scary how bad this thing is. Avoid the Noid. The whole concept here is, I guess, you're making pizza. You got to deliver pizza. Oh, there he is, the Noid. These were, once again, considered amazing graphics for back then. Doom. Okay, you're a pizza guy delivering pizza. And I'm assuming you have to avoid the Noid. Da-da-da. Okay, where are the Noids? Wow, what a... Oh, here he comes. Okay, how do you avoid this thing? You jump him? Yeah, okay. Oh, you roll under him, too. Wow, that is a scary... Okay, you roll under him or jump over him. Wow, you have to deliver. I just noticed you have to deliver this thing to the 30th floor. You have to do 30 levels of this. That's the whole game. It's just you jumping or rolling and getting your key. Okay, enough of that. Wow, that was bad. Okay, so that's the whole concept behind a secret selling game. Now, we could look at some examples of ones that students have done, give you an idea. Now, I'm not saying these things are amazing. I'm not saying they're bad, good, or whatever. But they each had an interesting part to them. Here's what you're going to create. You're going to create you can create a PowerPoint. You could create a movie. Whatever you want to do, it's as if you are the most amazing programmer in the entire free world. And you're going to create an app, a game, something. Sky is the limit. So here, the Amazing Cookie Adventure. There, it plays on these platforms. Now, obviously, there is no such game called the Amazing Cookie Adventure. I don't expect it to play. You're not going to program it in a week. There's the hero playing.
Andrew?
What was that?
Andrew?
Yes?
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
We need you to move the screen about to the left, about maybe, yeah, keep
Right
going.
there?
A little more. That's good. Yeah, because I couldn't see Tracy's. I know Tracy, her Cookie Man, because I know she did her how to make chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, I'll make it a little bigger.
So.
Okay, is that still good?
Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
It's better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It looks completely different on my screen. That's why. Okay, so here, that was her inspiration for them. Okay, and once again, I'd like to see what your inspiration is. That doesn't mean copy it. But every game is an inspiration of another. Have you ever heard the game Candy Crush?
Oh yeah.
Sadly, I'm addicted to it.
I got a few friends that are addicted to that.
Yeah, it stinks. I can't stand that. I'm so addicted to it. I'm up to level 950. I'm at the point where I need to wait for them to make more levels.
12-step.
What?
There are 12-step programs for Candy Crush.
I could use that. I really could. But Candy Crush is basically just a game called Bejeweled, which came out a little earlier, except they just improved it a little. And it's really just the same game. A lot of games are the same game. But, change it up a little. Don't just copy this. So here's her game. She's drawing it out. Did she take these graphics from someplace else? Yeah, she did. That's fine. I'd love for you to do that. Just at the end, just give a little shout out to wherever you got them from. Here's the concept. Here's the concept. Oh, those are creepy looking. Oh my god, I don't know those. Those are scary. They're neat, but they're scary. Hey, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't give a kid this. That's like nightmarish. Okay, here's the concept, the game mechanics, how it plays, more game mechanics, level 1, etc., etc. And these are, like I said, just you don't even have to have it in any particular format. Just tell me where you got these things from. Okay, let me get rid of this one. I'll show you some more examples. Okay, here's another one. I'll move this over. Does that work for you? Is that in a good spot now? Can everyone see it?
That works.
Okay. It's like I said, my screen's different than yours, so. Okay, pick your shot. This is dealing with camera equipment. Okay, here. Basically what this is you have situations, and you have to use your camera, and you get badges based on how well you take your pictures with your fake little camera. You get to pick your gear, dragging it in here. And once again, I don't expect you to drag this. This isn't going anyplace. It's just a snapshot. It's a clip art. So you want to be as creative as you can with your game. Remember, you're an amazing programmer. You can do whatever you want with this. Okay, so let me close this one. Let me show you some others. That one's a little long. Okay, Rank Rupture. This is done by Morton. I love Morton stuff. Okay, now Morton. See, this is a good example. Morton's in the military. He's not in academia, but he had to train people with certain things. Once again, here's the game platform. Here's his inspiration. He's flat out admitting he took it from Candy Crush and Bejeweled. Okay, it's all military stuff. His concept was that new recruits, you need to understand rank. So by playing this game, instead of sitting there memorizing ranks, you could play this game and learn your rank. Learn different ranks, I should say. And let me get to the screens that show the game. So here's an example. Here's some ranks. You move stuff around. Look, you got this. 4 of those create an E4 specialist. So there's some examples. So it's kind of like Candy Crush. See? And now using these to create. Oh, they drop down, and it creates that. I thought it was a great idea. I told him he should actually make this. But then he said if he made that, he'd have to kill me because I knew too much. You laugh, but all of a sudden, if I turn up dead, you know what happened. It was Morton. Morton did it. Okay, now this one.
You got to keep an eye out for Sharon there too.
That's right. You're all as good as dead now.
Yeah.
Morton comes after me. You're all going down. The Wacky Knights and the Clever Lever. Okay. Oh, he was doing stuff with trebuchets. Okay. Creel. And once again, he made up these characters. He stole the picture from somebody. Obviously, he didn't draw that freehand, but he made up these characters. Phi, come up, be creative, have a game with a story behind it and characters. If that's the kind of okay, this he did draw. He admitted that one. There's a stick figure up there. Okay, there's the different trebuchets. Okay, I think he was a science teacher, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there's the rules. Virtual dice, there's your progress bars, things like that. Hopefully these are some, getting some ideas, going around in your head. This is Tower of Coins. Tower of Money. Okay, once again, the game platforms it plays on. It's kind of like Tetris, she said. Here's the concept. This was, I think she was I don't remember what kind of teacher, but she taught like 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, somewhere in there. So it was aimed at them. Okay, so it's kind of like Tetris. You got to bring the coins down. I'm pressing down on my computer thing, and you can see it's like not moving. Oh, there's a spinning beach ball of doom. There it goes. See? And you got to do the amount correctly. So it was a way of teaching kids about how to count the coins to get to a correct amount. Instead of just saying, here, count coins.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Hi, Sam. Let me ask a kind of a go-to-the-chase real question. Do we need to include a game as part of our...
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Do we need to include a game as part of our capstone?
I know they've been changing the things with the capstone. I honestly don't know what they've changed it to. I think you do. It's part of the whole package you're putting together. But you know what you could do? Send me an email, and let me ask Roxanne and Sue tomorrow. Because this whole year, they've been updating all the courses. They just went by mine. Month 10 is getting done right now, as a matter of fact. So I don't know where they've gotten to with the capstone. I believe you do, but once again, I don't know.
You understand the reason why I'm asking, right?
No.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is for me to develop something that would go along with my capstone here versus waiting and having to do it in month 11 or 12.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, go ahead.
Something away.
Wait, you broke up. Say it again.
And me, I would just develop something and then tuck it away to use later.
Well, I was going to explain that, so you just stole all my thunder. I'm very mad now, very upset. Now, if you could hold on to that question, because when I finish this, I'm going to hit that. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. But yeah, I'm in my own little world here with this month 9 stuff, so they don't tell me anything ever. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's talk about the assignment itself. Okay, you have some research questions to answer, designing and all this. Basically, here are the requirements. Your presentation must explain what's being sold, how the sale will happen. Now remember, you're not selling a product. You're selling training. You're selling education. So maybe you're selling geometry. Teach me geometry. You're selling the planets. Teach me about the planets. Things like that. I want to know about this game. You got to tell me about the structure, how it sells the thing. The game is not functional. Once again, I don't expect this thing to work, but there has to be some logic to it. It can't just be scattershot. Give you some examples. Some people have made games where it's actually made up of little mini games. There was a game in the arcades a long time ago called Gorf, and Gorf was basically just 4 other games put together. Like there was a Space Invaders level, there was a Defender level, just like all. So it's kind of cheesy that they did that. So, but it still followed a logical sequence. That's what you need to do. All the characters must be unique. And once again, I showed you that other one with the knights. He copied those. That's fine, but he came up with his own backstory to them. You want to do that here. Don't copy a plumber that happens to have a mustache and call him Mario or something. Because okay, that's Mario. I get it. Don't have a yellow circle with a triangle cut out and go it's Puck-Man. Okay, it's Pac-Man. Fine. If you're gonna do Pac-Man, at least put a hat on him or something. Come up with a different name for him. Video is fine. Slide presentation is fine, but we want to have some economy of words here. If you're gonna do a video presentation, 2 minutes. I don't want to watch a movie, so no 60-minute movies. 20 slides. Now, once again, if you go 3 minutes, that's fine. If you go 25 slides, that's fine. Now, a lot of people ask, and we were just asked, how this applies to the stuff you've been doing, your capstone. What I like to do with this is like your month to just relax and be free of anything you've done up to this point. If you've been doing an entire concept up till now about the planets, let's say, this month, if you wanted to do a game about Jane Eyre, be my guest. That's fine. All that I ask is that this month, though, everything you do has to relate. So if you do your secret selling game and it's about Jane Eyre, your next project shouldn't be about cubes or cubism. Although I don't know. Does cubism relate to Jane Eyre? I don't know. So for this month, it all has to relate to each other. But it does not have to relate to anything you've been doing to this point. Hopefully that answers your question from before. Did that help you on that one before? Sam, you asked it, right? I think we lost Sam.
Excuse me. I'll call it even.
Okay. But yeah, Sam, in the meantime, send me that email because I'm going to see them tomorrow. I'm going to ask them. Like I said, nobody tells me anything. They change all this stuff and they never tell me. They're like, okay, here's what we're doing. And it's after it's been done. Now you post stuff. You should be used to this stuff by now where you post and you reflect on it so we can see what you wrote. Now there's other little things here. There's rubric. Here's the rubric. Okay, now this 60 points applies to the selling game portion. Then the reflection portion is 40 points. As I said before, don't be playing lawyer ball on this. There are some other things here, and I put them right here. Here, I'm going to go to edit view. It's easier for me to do it in edit view. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. I hit the wrong one. My God, that TV out there is loud. You guys are probably hearing it, SpongeBob.
Mhm.
There we go. I had the wrong one. Okay, let's go to edit view. Okay, here. Here's some, can you guys read this? Can you see it on the screen? This stuff right here. Can you see that okay, or is it cutting off?
I see it.
No, it's okay.
Okay, this is extra stuff that needs to be included. It wasn't specifically written on the rubric, but it still is part of it, and points can come off if these things aren't included. So this is all in that 60-point area. The game has to be more universal than specific. And I give you an example. If you're going to teach someone how to bake muffins, it should be about baking any muffins, not just a specific type according to your recipe that your grandmother passed down to you. So it has to be more universal. It has to be an educational concept, not a physical product. You're not selling me a car. You could sell me how to build a car. I had someone a few months ago teach me about engine repair. See, now, if every car had a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine in it, I could fix it in a heartbeat. Otherwise, no. I remember back in junior high, I learned how to fix a Briggs & Stratton one-cylinder lawnmower engine. Does anyone have a car that runs on a one-cylinder lawnmower engine? I can fix it for you. Drive it on down here. You'll be here in about a month. Okay, now it has to have weight and depth. What I mean by that is you're not going to teach how to breathe. And I'm not saying how to do, yoga breaths or anything. I'm saying don't have a class that teaches me how to inhale and then how to exhale, because I kind of know how to do that. Well, sort of. As you can tell, I'm starting to breathe heavy now. So it has to have some breadth and depth to it. It has to have a meaning to it. You can't be teaching a class how to put one foot in front of the other for people who have been walking most of their lives. And you have to include some sort of sequence or round how the game is played to demonstrate how it actually works. Okay, is everyone good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to cheer. Supposed to go, yeah, woo, we're good. Man, nobody wants a pass. I don't get it. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.